Welcome to the Poetry of Justice Show with Jackie Ray Phillips on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Here on the Poetry of Justice Show, this is where social consciousness meets the arts. So what we do is we select topics that spark the interest and awareness of social diversity, ranging from arts, entertainment, and social justice at large, leaving our listeners thinking and saying,
YikesRadio.com.
Those are the sultry sounds of my mentor, the Mr. Kevin Nash. Guys, I'd like to always give a very special shout out to Mr. Nash for his amazing work here at Accelerated Radio, because if it wasn't for his brainchild, I just wouldn't know what I'm going to do on Saturday nights, what I love so much to do here, guys. And so I just love to give him a very special shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, I also like to give a very special shout out to my wonderful sister, Miss Lori G, the benefactor. How are you tonight, pretty lady?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I think I'm doing pretty good for a Saturday night, guys. I don't know. But anyway, we're back here, and so thank you so much for what you do, pretty lady. And we've also got in the house tonight one of the amazing ladies of the chat. How you doing tonight, Miss Shelley C?
I'm doing good.
Thank you so much, beautiful, for being with us tonight and your sponsorship and everything you do for us on the show.
Almost definitely. Always here to represent.
And to give us the tea I'm hearing, I'm hoping tonight.
Oh, yeah, some good tea.
Some good tea tonight. Oh, my goodness. How you doing tonight, Rashid?
I'm doing just fine.
We're going to have a great show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we got Rashid engineering for us, ladies and gentlemen. I also like to give a very special shout out to Chef Mac, and he is most notably on Instagram. I want you to check him out with G Babies Catering LLC, ladies and gentlemen. So when you get a chance, I want you to do that. Then I'd like to give a very special shout out to WMPJ Steelworks, guys. I like to call him the man of steel around these parts here on the Poetry and Justice Show. So I'd like to give a very special shout out to him and his efforts and what he does for us, ladies and gentlemen. But anyhow, I also just wanted to talk a little bit more about some of our sponsorships, and that is with APS Muscle Cars. So let's say, for instance, if you got some car stuff you want to do, any kind of custom rebuild engines, or maybe you even want to do some storage or some hot rods or some low riders, this is the guy you want to talk to. Mimo with APSmusclecars.com. So Lori and Shelley C, this is Saturday, March 25th. How are you ladies doing tonight?
I'm doing good for March. We already in March. Wow. Springtime.
But I heard it's supposed to be raining again soon.
I know.
Yeah, like Wednesday.
And what do you think about all this
beautiful
rain?
today. Today we have
it was
gorgeous sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It felt so good. I just stood outside for a minute.
What do you think about the weather, Rashid? It's so cliche. What do you think of the weather?
It's been nuts.
It never rains in Southern California, right?
It never rains in
Right.
Carolina.
Right. That song is a lie.
I know, right?
That song is a lie. That song
Especially
is a
now
lie.
with people's homes floating away and stuff.
Tony got it
Not only
mixed
does
up.
it rain, there's tornadoes. I understand.
Yeah.
In Montebello.
Montebello.
Yeah, there is a tornado in Montebello. This is the first tornado we've had since 1983, I believe?
But from what I
Something like
understand,
that.
the tornado kind of came through the earth. It came
injured
upward,
to-
right? As opposed
To down, yeah.
Right?
It came upward, yeah.
how is that even possible?
Yeah, so basically,
Well, you know.
when there's high wind, you know how sometimes you just see these like
Circles
that just start forward. Those are like those like small little mini tornadoes. This got to a point where it got fast enough to keep traction and to actually start an actual tornado from the bottom and not using from the clouds. It went from the bottom
to the top.
to the top.
Wow. Well, my daughter.
I'm thinking about from the bottom to the top to the bottom.
And as my daughter said, old bougie California, we don't just say rain or storm. We say atmospheric river.
We have an atmospheric river.
Just listening to a big ass river in the sky, just in
hold
the
on.
atmosphere. Big ass river just open up.
Open
Just
up.
Wait, hold on. That's a thing.
All your asphalt.
That's the thing. The
That's
news.
what
The
they
news.
call it.
That's what they call it. This is the second.
And so my daughter was like,
Yeah.
California's
This is the 12th atmospheric river.
Mm-hmm.
This rainy season.
Cali can't, we on for the top. We bougie. We call it the atmospheric river.
The atmospheric river.
I'm sorry, but that's stupid.
It's a lot of rain. I was like, but come.
And it sounds like a river.
And you take a river and you put it up.
Oh
in
yeah,
the sky.
okay, I'll say this.
Sound like somebody just poured them.
Having sun showers and just having where in certain sections it's raining, then certain sections it's off raining, then it raining off on, off on,
Right.
off on, off, and then it
was.
have a heavy downpour.
It's crazy.
Just out of nowhere.
And you guys don't forget the snow. People will.
Ooh, that was Lloyd Ray house.
Don't forget the
It
snow.
snowed at my house. It was so cool.
Did you guys just snowball?
I did.
Gabriel was out there.
Gabriel built a snowman.
Yes, people actually
Snow
made
angels.
snow angels.
Yeah, don't forget
in
the
that
snow. We cannot.
But those
forget the
people
snow.
were like locked in. I know people. Some people are still like
Yeah,
they were like locked in. I know.
Oh, like
see, that's the
Eric's
wrong
job
word.
in Lake Tahoe, they are still digging out. And the roofs are collapsing on buildings because there's so much
snow,
and
it's
then
heavy.
some houses are blowing up because of the gas meters are encapsulated
In
with
ice.
snow and ice, and it can't breathe. So they've had
Oh,
several
no.
house
See, we-
explosions.
no.
It's like in San Bernardino Mountains. It's been rough up there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Did it? I didn't kill no people.
I don't think anyone died, but I think people were hurt.
Yeah,
They were
that's
hurt.
terrible. Or you look on the news, girl, and then half of the house, and then the pool, and then there's just a mountain that then fell off.
Wow.
Like-
Sinkhole.
Sinkhole. The whole side of the house is gone. Just
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, so I look at
Okay, so this was back
atmospheric river.
in March 2nd when this was actually reported. I'm actually
They have
see
Is that
it.
an atmospheric river?
they have pictures of the house where it's gone,
Yeah, hold on. Let me actually.
dropped,
Let me see if I
side
can
of the
play
mountain,
this
just gone. You be like,
real quick.
the house is gone.
Okay,
Foolish.
so- all right, so ladies.
Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Here we go.
And we have breaking news in Twin Peaks in the San Bernardino Mountains, where a house has exploded there. We have Gabe Santos live over the scene in Air 7. Gabe.
Yeah, Giovanna, fire crews, especially San Bernardino County Fire, didn't need anything else to worry about up here with everything else going on, but they do have something else to worry about. This is 1100 Bear Spring Road, and they have a home that exploded here. You have a lot of issues where people are trying to heat their home, possibly using natural gas. We don't know what caused this specifically, but that is just something that we can guess what might have happened in this case. As you look at the home and the area around it, you can see just how high the snow has gotten. Fire crews just walking around trying to make sense of it. An investigation will surely be underway, but as we push back into the home, you can see that is the wall of the side of the home that is resting on the side of a snow-covered tree, and someone's bedroom and bed and pillows right inside there. Just an amazing sight here in Twin Peaks between Crestline and Lake Arrowhead. Live in Air 7 HD, Gabe Santos, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Wow, Rashid, thank you
We
for
wasn't
that.
ready for it. We wasn't ready.
Nah.
I mean, but how are you going to be ready for that? Okay, do you think people think now there's global warming? Do people
No,
believe in it now?
not them damn Republicans. They don't.
If you live out here in California and you're a
They so
Republican
stupid.
and like
They
you were
gon-
in those areas, you're a believer.
They're so stupid. They're gonna say now. Do you believe that it's not global warming because it's freezing right now because it's cold? That's how stupid they are.
But because of
Okay, okay, yeah, that's gonna bring me up to another topic when in regards to the Republican Party, and that is I'll call him their daddy,
Which one?
Agent 45, Agent Orange.
Mr. I'm going to get
Well,
arrested.
you know,
that's it.
DeSantis. Is that how you say his name? DeSantis?
Yeah.
DeSantis. He's becoming a close second in terms.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can't-
There's him, but then there's also former president
Who?
of the United States.
Bush?
No,
Who?
Trump.
Oh, 45. When you said Agent 45.
We knew what you know, Agent Orange, but we knew
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm. Spray
So-
tan orange, yeah.
Yeah, so as y'all probably been hearing, he's been making it known that like he will more likely be indicted and arrested for his role
Well, probably.
in what happened in
You
the
think he's got like
January
5 cases out there? One of them is gonna get him.
in the January 6th riot. But what he also said was that there will be violence if he is put in jail. And hold on, let me ask you this.
If they're stupid enough to do that shit again,
well, they will. Let the ask
because
what happened to the
he has called them
it
back.
has you see the people that went to jail behind him, all the people, even attorneys. He has a way of making attorneys get in trouble. Why would you give this man money, he's already rich, to make you poor? Because that's all he's doing is trying to pass laws to put more money in his pocket and his friends. Ain't doing nothing for you.
I think he has like a dictator fantasy,
right,
or fetish.
Yeah, he needs to take
he
his
thinks that if there is rioting in the streets, that they will appoint him.
He's like that little man
president.
Okay.
Because I heard that, Rashid. I heard he called for rioting and an action and violence, and New York City is preparing.
Yep. And so what's happening right now is that he just had a presidential campaign rally in Waco.
Oh Lord!
In Waco,
Him and David Koresh on that bullshit.
That's the only place. That's
what happened to David Koresh.
Okay, so here's the story. Facing a looming indictment in New York, a grand jury investigation in Georgia, and a Department of Justice special counsel probe into his handling of classified documents and his role in the Capitol insurrection, Donald Trump is kicking off his 2024 presidential campaign with a rally in Central Texas, where his most loyal supporters arrived as early as Friday night in anticipation of his speech Saturday afternoon. He officially kicked off his run in a state where strong support of grassroots GOP activists and the backing of top elected leaders, including Senator Ted Cruz, propelled him to the White House in 2016.
Don't even talk about him, because that fool that Trump called his wife ugly, and he's still talking to him and taking up for him. I wish my husband would be talking to somebody call me ugly. You know how I feel about that, ladies.
Shut up. So, you talking about something about Stormy Daniels, right?
That's a bridge.
That shit was crazy.
I don't know. Where's our country going?
I am seriously thinking about Canada or somewhere else. I really am.
It's crazy.
Seriously.
If I can find the actual tweet that he put out, that was just.
How do you take? Okay, I'm not gonna even go there because we could spend 2 hours
talking
on these
about
fools. I'd rather gossip about something else, because we could spend all night next week, 2 weeks from now, next month on these crazy people. Yes, I said crazy.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just taking stuff out of schools, just
don't say the word gay in Florida.
Right. I had someone at work. She was one of the top executives, and she said she was announcing someone's promotion, and she said his region is going to be east of the Mason-Dixon line in the email. So when I read it, I said, where'd that come from? Right. Why are we even talking about the Mason-Dixon? Do you know what the Mason-Dixon line is? So I have my little chat group at work. Somebody was like, did you just read that email? Yes. Where the hell that come from? I don't know. I'm getting ready to call somebody. I'll be back. Called her and actually had a talk with her and told her that statement shouldn't have been made. You could have just said the Eastern region. Why we got to talk about the Mason-Dixon line? And so this lady put out an email and apologized and said, not being educated and using terms that I've heard other people use, I want to apologize for mentioning the Mason-Dixon line, not knowing the history of it. So that's when I used the opportunity, when we had our DEI segment, I used the opportunity to say, we have people who are trying to change history. We have people who are taking words out of books. We have people who don't want you to know the history. But when you go around and talk to somebody because you don't know the history, you sound like a fool.
That's very true.
So I don't want my kids talking somewhere. And I said, you know what? I've been in this business 20 years. And I've heard people say things and I choose to ignore it and just say, oh, they don't really know. But now they need to know, because you're going to be in circles where you're going to sound like a fool, or somebody's going to correct you, just like somebody did on that email that you sent out to 12,000 employees.
12,000.
12,000. And then now you got to eat your words and apologize because you didn't know, but you probably heard somebody in your family say the Mason-Dixon line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's very true.
Because where else would you get it?
Right.
You clearly didn't read Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia will tell you what the Mason-Dixon line and how it was formed. That's why Texas and Oklahoma look the way they look on the map, because they kept moving the Mason-Dixon line. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But
then I think about all
taking this out of school, actually, their kids are going to be looking crazy because somebody's going to correct them on it, or they're going to put out an email to 12,000 people and then have to apologize and take that shit back.
Exactly.
That's true.
See what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
It happens like that sometimes, Shelly.
I don't know why she would pick the Mason-Dixon
line. That's what we were like.
She wants y'all to know.
Is that what it is?
That it was, yes.
I mean, sometimes
like
people just trying to see what they can get away with.
Yeah,
You
but
feel me?
that's not like a very common phrase.
No, it's not.
that
That's why we were all
individuals
like,
say,
did
just
you read?
very-
We were typing instant message. Girl, did you read it? Yes, girl. And then what the hell she mean by that? I don't know, but I'm about to find out. You know. And so she actually they had a call about that, what she said.
Yeah.
And literally 30 minutes later, she sent out an apology, not knowing the education about the Mason-Dixon line and speaking on it. My apologies. And then she went into a little bit, I've done some research and here's what I found, and I truly apologize if I offended anybody. But here you are, like third in line from the top, and you got to apologize. How stupid do you look?
Ignorance is no excuse of the law. No, I'm just being true.
But I'm just saying that's an example of you trying to change history or take things out of the books or trying to not let people know what really happened.
Well, I think that is very true. That's very true.
You know? Like the white glove service. You don't say that. I had to say that too. We don't give white glove service here.
What is white glove service? What's that?
Rashid, would you bring it up?
Is that related to slave?
Yes.
When they would have the glove and that's how they determined whether or not you was going to get beat.
So
If you clean
I'm like, don't use that term. And we don't use brown bag session.
Y'all don't use brown
We
bag.
lunch and learn. Lunch and learn.
Lunch and learn.
Sack lunch.
Yeah,
and
because
learn.
the brown paper bag
Test.
was a test.
Mhm.
Do you think that the world has become super sensitive?
People just calling a spade now.
Or are they just calling it
I think people are doing it differently. Like I said, 15, 20 years ago, I probably would not have said anything if someone said brown paper bag, or if someone said white glove, or someone said powwow. You know, powwow is offensive to indigenous people. So, you know, and if someone said that, and I just be saying, you just saying that word, you don't even know what you're saying. I would be saying that in my mind. But now I think I would just say, you know, that could be offensive to an indigenous person. Do you know what a powwow is?
Like a picnic. That's pick a nigga. That's what the fuck that means. Yes. And we the most ignorantest ones still having what?
A powwow.
And picnic. Not only because we do a Juneteenth picnic on top of that.
Right.
How does that even match?
That doesn't even make sense. Yeah.
We got to rethink that, black people.
Is that where picnic came from?
Yes, pick a nigga.
Yes,
I did not know that.
Pick a nigga.
Yes. Player.
Wow. I learned something today.
The Phone Trip Justice Show. We're always in the cutting edge. That's what we
Why
do.
do we still use that word?
Yeah. I just be like, we have a get together. Like Shirley said, a
We have a get
kickback.
together. We have a kickback.
It's a kickback.
But usually picnic, you think of parks, right?
Yeah, that's where they have a big open park and sell our asses.
Yes.
Pick one.
Yep,
Pick one.
And then they would sell watermelons and chicken and all that shit. That's where all of that stuff.
So pick a nigga.
There you go. Pick a nigga. Pick a nigga.
Right. In fact, I remember that's where we were picked
Look at Lori.
to actually go on the plantation. This is the whole.
I mean, when you break it down, so they want to make America great again. Well, let's keep that shit 100.
But let me ask you something about Make America Great Again. I just gotta ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
When was America great?
When they was picking niggas.
When they were having picnics.
Right.
When was it ever great for a black person?
Oh, never. That's net Lord.
It was never great.
And what really gets me, they go to war and fight for America, but then to get killed on the streets by these racist cops out here. But like somebody said, they sick of loving America. We're sick of loving America, and America don't love us
back at all.
Okay. We are getting to a point where, like, we're starting to actually hold these officers accountable for their actions. We're starting to get to that point. Mm-hmm. It's taken a long time because one, you had Emmett Till, right? You had.
I think now we have phones, we have recordings, we have people taking pictures, we have people, I think there's just too much for you to just
act like nothing.
I mean,
act
what
like
was
it's
the
nothing, or change the report, or lie and say he picked up a gun or whatever.
And then you got John Kine doing it to you too, like that shit
that was
down
Rodney
there.
King, right?
Yeah, LA Rice is
What's
Rodney
happening with
King.
him?
Right, and so and the whole world saw that. The whole world saw what happened to Rodney King. But at the end of the day, nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
You saw You saw people destroy the city. But fundamentally, nothing changed. Even after what happened with George Floyd, and they've been trying to get that George Floyd crime bill passed since
Again, we got the same
since it was a thought
old
process.
ass Make America Great people. I ain't gonna say no names, but Republicans that think that's how you make America great again, where you can treat people of color any way you want to, and you can just lie and kill them.
Right, and it's just like, just to do further research onto why the George Floyd crime bill hasn't actually passed, besides it being passed in the House twice and just can't.
It's the Republicans.
Get
That's what they
passed.
said.
They're the ones that's holding it up. Everybody else, same thing with the Voting Act, the John, what's his name? Just slipped my mind. I'm having a senior moment. John, what's his name? The black man for voting rights. He just recently died. The congressman.
Oh.
See?
Can I
see?
Lewis?
John Lewis. Voting Act.
Yeah.
John Lewis voted. Thank you, Lori. I couldn't remember his last name.
My ignorance.
They've been trying to pass that forever, the Voting Act, because they're trying to disenfranchise so many people. But
do we just accept it?
No.
Do we accept it and start that? Do we just fall in line?
No, I think after George Floyd, there has been traction in terms of people not accepting, not falling in line. And I think our sense of allyship, when you looked at the riots, not just in America, but all across the world,
the UK,
right, that were protesting, is really making America not cover up the same way that they did in the past, right? And so I think what they do now are where there's a movement toward the continuing stalemate, right? The filibuster, holding it up in the judicial system.
Right, and it's just like, it got past the House, but it wasn't able to get past the Senate. Because they couldn't they couldn't come together on like certain like key issues that they had, as far as just like the statute of limitations when it comes to the police officers themselves, on like what's the line that's to be drawn as far as just like they're doing their job versus they're racially profiling and executing a man without just cause. That was the main thing that they could not agree upon for the longest time. I don't know why. And now that the House is reversed, we get the Senate, but they got the House.
Yeah.
We're basically in that same situation.
How about Fox News, though? I love Fox News.
I can't. I don't.
Hold on.
No, that's what I mean. I love that they got just sitting up lying for him.
Right. But here's this is not his Twitter because he hadn't tweeted on Twitter since 2021. But this is from this new social media site that he has called Truth.
Truth Social?
Yep.
Yeah.
What kind of person can charge another person, in this case a former president of the United States who got more votes than any sitting president in history,
This man.
and
is
leading candidate by far for the Republican Party nomination with a crime when it is known by all that no crime has been committed, and also known that potential death and destruction in such a false charge could be catastrophic for our country? Why and who would do such a thing? Only a degenerate psychopath that truly hates the United States of America.
So he's trying to use the
Yes.
country to get those people riled up.
He told you when he was running for president, he loves the uneducated vote.
Right.
And that's what all of this propaganda
is.
and all of this stuff is to encapsulate the uneducated vote.
In his opinion.
For them
In his opinion.
for them to listen to him. Yeah.
Right.
For them to
and,
listen to him.
and literally, these were his talking points up at the.
I'm sorry. I thought that was Trump. I was like, why is we talking about this?
Oh my God! If Trump had a deep voice like that, Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! I was just answering hello, responding on social media. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. I just didn't know where it was coming from. I was like,
What is that?
It was like,
Right. So yeah. This is one of the main talking points that he had during his rally up in Texas, up in Waco, for his presidential campaign. Since literally the election, I believe, is going to be
I want to know how many people were there.
next year.
You know he gets under Michelle Obama's skin. She can't stand him.
Of course.
He gets
She
so
cursed
she
him.
lets him
Everybody.
rile her, but she really gets like
She
tears.
wants some of him?
She's in tears behind Donald Trump.
Was he vicious too?
Just she was so afraid for our country. Before he stepped foot in the White House, she was so disappointed because she knew that a lot of us didn't vote like we did for Obama. There wasn't, the only reason he won is because nobody voted. We were voting because we were voting for a black man. Well, the two people that were up there, we didn't care nothing about.
We really didn't care for Hillary. And we really didn't
Hillary
care
and him, we didn't care nothing about them.
so
He was like,
sad
so
and true.
we didn't care. I'll be honest, I didn't care. I didn't care because Obama's gone. Oh well. So we let the devil get in the White House because we were thinking that way. I will never ever miss out on a vote ever for the rest of my life. I don't care if my kids have to wheel my bed up there. I'm going to vote.
But Obama said a non-vote is a vote for Trump.
Right.
Which is what
You
happened.
have to vote.
Which is what happened. A non-vote.
Because if you
And
look
again.
at the popular vote, this last election, the popular vote, I'm not talking about the electoral college, the popular vote,
Was Trump.
no,
Actually, no. Wait. Actually, no. Fact on. But the popular vote went actually
Joe
Biden.
Biden. And he, by a landslide, if you went by popular vote, it was by a
Right.
landslide.
Right, because fact on, he was trying to say that like they stole the vote. I believe in Georgia.
Well, if they stole it, then why is he calling people asking him to find 11,000 votes for him? See what I'm saying? He just, something wrong with that
What
man.
is it? No, the chickens go home to roost, right?
Right. So.
Because that's what you're used to: lying, deception,
And getting people to do what you want them
right,
to do.
privilege.
Right. Like a dictatorship.
So you look a little light. I'm gonna call up Shelly like, girl, I'm light. 11,000 votes. I need you to kick that in.
And don't care that it's
No.
No.
I don't care how you do it. I just
Make
want
it
you to get it done.
Gotta make it happen.
Girl, I got on my knees when they found them confidential thing. I said, "Oh Lord, Obama, please." That's all they want is to find some confidential. And when Michelle
They
Obama went on to
found-
Jimmy Kimmel, he asked. He said, "Do you guys have confidential?" She said, "My husband would be under the jail,"
He would be.
and he would be.
Right.
So that's why I said
You know the Barack don't steal.
they didn't already looked for him. They ain't found nothing because we'd have heard it by now.
Oh yeah, we definitely would have heard something on Obama
We would've heard
having
so
confidential
much.
documents. But it's the fact that, because I know Biden had confidential documents, but that was from, I believe,
Girl, they just be
during
doing whatever the
presidency
hell
that-
they want.
That
They just do whatever the
that
hell
he
they
had
want.
What the
with
hell they want?
with Obama. It's just that it was in an old office that he hasn't been back into in like
gives
forever.
zero.
So they were just sitting there. So it's just like
You know,
for
I believe Trump took those documents knowingly.
oh no, fact for Trump. Oh yeah, fact he for sure.
But I
took
think Biden and Pence, I'll be honest, I really do think somebody was packing the boxes and taking the boxes, and he said, take that box. Because how can you watch all that stuff? You can't watch everything that they take out. Because
No,
to me,
it's
I'd be
your
sitting at the
team.
door. I'd be like, don't take nothing up out of here. Don't take nothing.
Right.
Keep all that shit there. I will buy myself some new stuff. Keep everything. Just keep everything.
right. But with Trump, fact
Everything.
Everything. I don't even
When-
want the pen.
when
Keep the pen, keep the boxes, keep all that. The
When-
paper clips, all that.
when he tried to say
You're gonna be like,
that like he
videotape, I
had
took nothing. I'm sorry.
Yep.
when he tried to say that he had the power to declassify documents,
You don't.
that was already a red flag. You do not have the
He
authority.
be dreaming up shit. How you just gonna declare? You cannot do
Because
that.
I'm the president. I have the power. I am the end all say all.
Donald Trump done met his match. That's all that is. He
That's
can't do the
Congress.
shit that he used to do. He cannot
Congress.
do that in the White House.
Right. Congress is the end all be
In the
all
people's
when it
house,
comes
supposedly.
to actual laws and jurisdiction. And then you have the CIA, with those that are technically supposed to be underneath you, but they actually run shit. They actually.
So a man, you're voting for a man, and you're giving money to a man, and you're raising money for a man that is doing nothing for you. Nothing. He doesn't care if you have insurance. He doesn't care. You die. Just vote for him, and then you can die.
He told you to drink bleach to get rid of COVID.
He literally said, I think you may be able to drink bleach or maybe inject bleach into your system.
And they're gonna look at the doctor. The
It should
doctor's
get
like,
rid of the coronavirus. Back in my mom. Doctor, can you confirm this for me? Please.
She's like, I know.
Bizarre.
I forgot
it's bizarre. It's like a following. It's
I
like
forgot
that
the-
Waco shit.
I forgot the
It's a
doctor.
cult.
That's why he went to Waco, because he's trying to get all
Yeah,
them crazy people that follow
he had
people.
hundreds of supporters there. I can't
I'm
get
serious.
I can't get the exact number. There were hundreds.
In Waco?
Yes.
Today?
Yes.
This weekend? I don't
David
believe
Koresh and friends.
That's
He had it. He just had the rally this afternoon.
Remember that time they had that rally and they all caught the COVID?
Yeah.
COVID.
And the black guy got the COVID that died. What
He
was his
did,
name?
and he was he followed Trump. See,
He got
lead
that
you to hell.
At Trump's
yeah, he got it. That Trump
mega
thing.
spreader.
And died.
And he died. I can't think of his name.
He was a black man.
It was a black man.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. Black
Well,
man.
all I can say is that the 2024 election
It's
will
going to
be
be
interesting.
And I may be writing you guys from Canada, so I'm just going to.
That part.
Because Biden is 84 or gonna be 84 when the election happens. I don't know.
I hope somebody will get up there. And,
Well, I think he's come forward to say he's gonna run again.
oh, okay, well, good for him.
I don't know if it's good for him. I don't know. I don't know.
That may have been Herman Cain.
Yes, that's his name.
Yes,
I
that's
thought
his
it was
name.
Herman McCain, but it's Herman Cain
Yes, Herman Cain.
He got COVID and passed away
at the rally.
from a Trump mega spreader.
74 years old. I will also say that
And he didn't even, he mentioned that man's name, I think, one time.
Yep. One time.
One time.
Just to get the black vote. Try it. He tried. Because it's sad to say that I know people that are Republican that are black.
You do?
Yes.
Who was that?
I'm not saying their names.
Okay. They voted for Trump?
Yes.
Don't bring him in here. Don't bring him in here.
Of course not. Of course not. I'm not gonna set them up for a public execution like
yes,
that.
it will be.
I would not bring them any. Well, actually, no. One of them has been to the station before, but that
There
was
are actually black Republicans?
Yes, there are.
yes, there. Actually
No, I'm
are.
serious. I don't know any. I'm
They're
so
on
serious.
TV all the time.
Girl, he paid them people. Them little kids that be holding up them little young people. them
No,
little,
there's another young black
actual
man
adults
who's on CNN a lot. He's
and
a
like
black
there was an
Republican.
actual black
Very,
Republican
very
who ran
vocal.
against Karen Bass.
not with this.
Let me look up his name.
Not single. The guy that looked like John Singleton. What's his name?
Yes, him.
He's not a Republican.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're talking about the
He
same guy.
he
but
cried when Joe Biden won.
No,
Okay, now that wasn't meant to be him.
I don't know.
He cried. He was so
See
happy.
if I can
It's
get his
easy
name.
for everybody now. It's such a relief that Biden won. And he cried. He actually cried.
Hold on, let me see. Black Republicans. Let's do a Google search.
Oh my goodness.
We already know that. I think his name is Tim Scott. Oh, makes me want to throw up. Oh, gay. The bald head. South Carolina, I think he is.
Okay. Let me see who's still alive.
Oh my goodness.
That's
I know some people who are black and make enough money to want to be a Republican that won't be a Republican.
Well, I think a lot of times, it depends on people's motivation, right?
Right.
If you are black, green, yellow, orange, whatever color you are, and you're in a certain tax bracket, I could understand that the Republican philosophy
Makes sense. to
makes
you.
sense for your financial situation if you are not a social activist, right?
wow.
I think for me, no matter how much money I ever made,
Right.
I have an obligation to
Vote Democrat.
yeah, to people
That's what
doing
I'm saying.
better.
I know
right?
people.
To social
Everybody
policies,
doing better.
right? For
Yeah.
everyone to do better. And I would be willing to sacrifice whatever tax bracket I would be placed in to ensure that those that don't have are being looked after. But I don't think everyone
That's what I meant. But I know
Think-
some people
picks
who
their
could be
political
Republican,
parties
but
that
they're
way.
not.
right. And so just back in 2022, we had over 81 African American candidates running under the GOP banner in 72 congressional districts in 2022. So those were 81 African American and Republican candidates that were running in 72 congressional districts,
Terrible, just terrible. I'm just sick.
which is a 50%
I'm so sick
increase.
of him. And I just don't like to wish bad things on people.
Right.
But I need him to go sit down somewhere.
Right. You just done, Shelley.
Just sit down. I'm not saying anything else. I just need him to sit down.
Let's see, they got Republican Brian Donalds, they got Burgess, Republican Alan West of Florida, Mia Love of Utah.
There's black in Utah. There's black people in Utah.
You were just showing out today, huh, Shelley?
No, really, I can't even imagine somebody being in Utah, Colorado, and they black. I just can't even.
Yes,
But okay.
there are black people
Okay.
in Utah.
Okay.
They could be
Here's
the
this guy
minority.
here. Michael Steele.
Why is his last name Steele?
I don't know.
That sounds like
Trying to
something
get
that
his
should
picture
be
He's the one. He's the
in the entertainment.
He's the black
But
Republican.
he's against the Republican. Isn't he in the Lincoln Project? There's some black Republicans that are against Trump.
Of course.
Is that the Lincoln Project?
I don't know. It's
The Lincoln Project is against Trump, and they're Republicans, and there's black people in there.
Let's see. You said the Lincoln Project?
The Lincoln Project.
Okay, let me actually look that up.
I don't think this guy is with the Lincoln Project.
Yes, that's him.
With the Lincoln Project?
I think so. That face, he does not like Trump. He does not.
Dedicated Americans protecting democracy.
Lincoln Project.
Oh, they had a guest. No, that was back in like last year where they did a talk.
Now I've
He's
seen.
on Fox News and the
Jill
other
Lawrence.
outlets. I don't think I've never heard this guy.
Who?
Never heard this guy talk against Trump.
No, I
No.
think he is the guy. Look up the Lincoln Project. Did you look it up?
Yeah. Is it the podcast?
No, it's the
Oh,
the
no. In 2022, he formally endorsed Joe Biden. Oh, yeah, it does say
presidency
the
after
Lincoln
starring
Project.
in it. An advertisement aired by the Lincoln Project. See, the Lincoln Project, even though they were Republicans, they were posting stuff to vote for Biden
Yeah. So
because they didn't like Trump.
So this was before the 2020 election. This committee was announced on December 17,
Oh,
2019, in a New York Times op-ed by George Conway, Steve Schmidt, John Weaver, and Rick Wilson. Other co-founders include Jennifer Horn, Ron
Stetzlow.
Reed Gallant, and Mike Mack.
He is
Mike
an actual
Madrid.
Republican that endorsed
They
Trump.
they were formed to denounce Trump.
Yep.
During the 2020 election. Wow.
Yep, and this was a committee that was named after Abraham Lincoln, a Republican who fought to keep the
And I remember
country
his
unified.
face because he was very much so, do not elect this man. They were putting out, the Lincoln Project was actually putting out ads for Biden and Harris.
Yep, in fact, back in 2020,
Basically,
the
that was
committee
this is the
endorsed-
devil. You do not. If we not voting for him,
with
you don't
caution.
vote for him.
Yep. So literally, they aim to prevent the re-election of Donald Trump and defeat all Republicans in close races running for re-election in the United States Senate. That was their goal.
And I'll be honest, I sent a little money to the Lincoln Project. I did.
Props to you.
And it worked.
You worked.
She said it worked.
I did.
You helped defeat the devil.
That's how much.
They may have to be reignited for 2024.
24. They're trying to. I'm surprised Liz Cheney's not up there with them.
That's wild.
With the Lincoln Project. Okay. I
Right.
thought you meant supporting Trump. I was
No,
like,
I'm surprised she's not with the Lincoln
Nah.
Project or
Now,
not.
Cheney was like literally one of the ones that was in Congress that was vehemently against Trump. I was surprised she didn't want him killed, but you know that's besides the point. But she definitely wants him arrested.
It's so ridiculous.
There's so many people that want him, and them cowards. There's a lot of cowards that's in Congress and in the Senate that want him arrested, but just don't have enough balls to say it.
Of course.
They're cowards.
And be like, girl, this fool just might win again, and then it'd be on tape.
Then
that
we
he
gonna have
said
to.
something,
Then we
and
gonna
then
have
it's
to.
a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Then we gonna have to defend him
Right.
again.
So they just don't say nothing, just act like nothing.
But the black guy in New York said, "This ain't none of your damn business, and I'm not coming in."
the district attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to interfere in an investigation and it's not done, or a trial that's not done? Like, and he did that on purpose, saying that he would.
That's strategic.
That's
Yeah.
to try to steal the shock effect.
Garcelle D.
Get in front of it,
there
right?
you go.
Is
Typical.
Control the narrative.
is
So now they gotta wait. Because you're not gonna just do
wait,
it because
that's-
oh well, I told you they were gonna do it.
hold on, is the attorney that's in charge Alvin Bragg?
Yeah, Alvin Bragg.
Manhattan District Attorney.
Yep.
He became the Manhattan's first black district attorney in 2022.
I think Hakeem Jeffries was the one that said that he's gonna keep it up and he's gonna get somebody killed.
Who?
Hakeem Jeffries said Trump is going to keep it up. He said it in the House. He's going to keep it up and somebody's going to get killed because of his rhetoric.
I mean, people have already
But he's saying, I think he's saying more people is what he meant.
I mean, we had that one girl that was at the insurrection got killed.
This is like a cult. I don't understand. That's why he went to Waco. See, there's probably a whole bunch of uneducated people over there, and he went to Waco.
Shelley said that is why he went to Waco.
See,
Right.
because only certain people gonna drink that Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
The educated people ain't in Waco.
Not chilling at that level.
They're
I
not
guess.
in Waco.
You know what I mean? Lloyd, have you been to Waco when you were in Texas?
I have not. No.
Because the David Koresh thing, and that wasn't that a cult?
happened
That's
in Waco.
really happening right now on
Well, the insurrection-
Netflix.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you started watching it?
I haven't watched it yet because
I
I've
was
been
like-
watching this Crown thing. I've been watching that.
I mean,
Crown?
it's,
Oh, the
Crown.
movie, The Crown. That's about the Queen, right?
yep.
But there's a lot of
Well,
shit
I've
I
been
didn't know.
watching All the Queen's Men on BET.
I heard that was good. Is it good?
It's good. It's
Good.
She said it.
good and entertaining.
Uh-oh.
Girl. Speaking of entertaining,
What, girlies?
Got-
okay, I got a question. We're going to cross over now, ladies. We're going
All
to
right.
cross over.
Gosh.
Jackie. Lori.
What?
I'm going to tell Lori to go first.
Okay.
SWV
Uh-oh. Don't come with
or
that. Don't come with
Escape.
that. You sound like Miko the other night. Came in there with that. I have no comment.
SWV.
Jackie.
I can't comment.
SWV or Escape?
What if I just really don't have a comment?
Why you don't have a comment?
Why?
Like the favorite, come on, Jackie. You know SWB got down, still gets down.
Okay. See, that's what Miko got on me the other night, and I was like, dog, I didn't really listen to either one that much.
Oh.
SWB.
I used to listen to SWV.
The
So I
90s,
told Miko, I said, okay, SWB.
when the kids was little, they can not sing, sang.
Okay.
Okay? Sang. But you know they got a little reality show based on the show they getting ready to do, girl.
What happened? I don't know anything about this.
SWV and Escape, they're gonna do
I believe it's on TBS.
a show.
They have a show.
But they're filming it as they're doing this show, right?
Oh, they're gonna do a concert show.
Right. And so behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff. But girl,
But what is happening?
talk to
What's
me,
going
girl.
on?
girl. So I'm sorry, but
It sounds like some good tea.
Yeah.
So Tamar Braxton,
Oh, I heard she done got involved. Yeah, Miko told me. So.
she
Wasn't
has
in either group. Why she?
no. She you know, she got her own little thing or whatever. She sings or whatever, and she has a nice voice. I have to admit, I even like her voice better than Tony's. I'm sorry, but I do.
Oh wow.
But she has a new song. It's called Changed. And she uses some of SWV's music. How do you say it when you sample? Sample. She sampled some of the music in her album. And she was very clever in what she did. She went into SWV's dressing room and she just, you know, she said, I just wanted to make sure that I lift these ladies up for, you know, Women's History Month. These are some, you know, beautiful ladies. What did she do that for? Escape was hot because
She didn't.
Candy felt like you're giving them more hype than you're giving us, or you're saying that they're better than us. And Tamara's like, what? I was trying to make some money. Look, I used some of their stuff on my album. So I went into their dressing room because they own my album, which I could understand that, you know?
Right. Word to the money.
I'm going where the money is. You ain't sampled
Money
on my
talks.
album. You ain't
BS
sampled on
runs
my
the
album.
marathon.
So I guess Escape got really upset. You know, them ladies is really sensitive in Escape. I'm sorry I have to say it. It's always some crap going on with them. Most stuff. I'm gonna get some more tea on them. But anyway,
Fresh my memory.
so I guess because Tamar did that, Candy got upset and her husband got upset and kind of they both walked up on Tamar.
Like to
was
beat her up?
Like,
No, to
Walked up.
have a
Like
talk, to have a conversation.
Girl, can
Well-
you imagine if me?
well,
But if you ever, they don't do that to people from Compton. That's that country shit.
but Tamar's
To the
fiance
left.
with the little swerve, you know, he's
She got him
he's
a-
not
she got a new
African American, but he was like, hold up.
That's what
So
I'm
you
saying.
gonna walk up on my girl when I'm not here?
So she not with the dude, the heavy dude no more.
No, she's not with him no more, baby. She would have fined me. Could you bring him up?
Okay, hold on.
She with somebody, but he was like, oh, so that's how y'all punk ass is gonna do it. The
Okay,
one night
so
I'm not there, you gonna walk up
Candy-
on my girl.
Candy
And her
dude.
husband.
And her
dude
husband.
is the little short.
Yeah, and
Wow,
he
y'all
was
going in on
like,
these folks.
he was like, how is a dude gonna walk up on my girl? Like, you don't walk up on a woman at any time.
Girl.
Let's see.
That's him right there.
That's him at the bottom.
Jeremy J.R. Robinson. That's her man, girl.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up a picture.
And remember, she was just so sad a few years back. Pulled all her
She
hair out.
was.
Remember that?
Right. I think she was contemplating suicide too, right?
I do recall that. Remember that?
Yeah, she had her bout with.
You have got to bring her up. That's her man. That is her man. And he was
Okay.
like, you don't walk up on a woman at any time, let alone my woman. So you waited till I wasn't there. Yes.
I'm a classic, man.
But he was like,
Triple
but-
G, I'm
but he got a little-
I'm
Oh, well,
a
that's why.
classic,
Look.
man.
Oh, alien love.
he got a little gangster in him,
Swagger.
'cause he was like,
I'm a classic, man.
can you bring up where is it where she was talking about they walked up on me and she was like, so anyway, in the hallway when they was about to do a concert, she went to go hug Candy and Candy was like, don't hug me.
She's serious.
I heard what you said and you said this and then you doubled down on it. She was like, Candy, this is about money. It had nothing to do with you being not as good at them or anything. And so Candy kept talking shit. So she said on her Instagram, Tamar said, some people with the biggest ego and they know singing ass, Candy Burris.
Oh, she went all the way with it.
Okay, hold on.
All the way up. She went all the way with
And
it.
she said no singing ass.
No singing ass.
You talking about
Wow.
Eva? Hold on, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
You gotta show the one where go to the shade room because there's some recordings in the shade room.
I can't play it on this computer because
The shade room, she was going off.
If
She
I
was
play
telling
it
the story.
on this computer, the audience won't be able to hear it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So let me pull it up over
he got
here.
a little swerve in him, and he was like, "Hold up, you don't walk up on my girl."
But hold on, there's one that,
And how did they respond?
Oh, he apologized.
there's one.
Candy's Burris' little guy. He apologized, and
He'd have been like, "What you want to do?"
he was like, "You don't walk."
See, you know that's how that's why.
He was like, "You don't walk up on a
Me,
woman
I'd
at
have been
any
like,
time."
"Oh, so what you do, Roy? What you want to do, Roy?" Anyway, that's why them types of things don't happen to me. I just stay out the way. Get out the way, yo. Get out the way, yo. Huh?
I said that's how it goes.
But he can dress. He can dress, y'all. You can't tell me he can't dress.
All right, so
No, he dressed nice.
He on the Steve Harvey.
let me go
He on
over
the Steve Harvey.
to
Stevie dress.
the shade room real quick.
Is that
So-
with the girls from Potomac? Don't they have a web?
Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh,
That's
that's
what-
the Potomac.
She
had
was
the
like, "We
shade
girls
room.
like that, and now you gonna throw me shade with your no singing ass. You and your husband gonna walk up on me. I didn't say I was gonna say nothing, but you tripping."
No.
That's basically what Tamar said. You tripping.
Right.
I'ma just put it out there. You and your dude gonna walk up on me. I'm a woman.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And then her.
But
then-
where were they? Were they down south?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so her,
You know, like
her
maybe she was in her
boyfriend was
territory.
like, "You waited until I wasn't there to do some punk ass shit like that."
She probably said, "I would have did
Oh,
it if you
dude.
was there." But you gonna do?
Hold on. How long ago was this put out?
I agree. What they got to do?
How long
too.
ago was this put out?
I come up on you
Tamar.
and you.
Did you put up Tamar? We'll go back.
Uh,
Let's see if they show
Let me
her.
take some notes. The shade room.
The shade room, girl.
Yep, the shade room.
I love the shade room. Do you
but,
see it? You see her
uh,
yet? Did you go down? Is something?
Hold on. I'm looking right now.
So what do you guys think of that?
Go
Do
walk by.
you really walk up on somebody because they didn't give you your props that you wanted?
No.
Like, how do you just?
But it could be for ratings. Could it be?
That's true. It could be for ratings.
Yeah, it could be publicity.
Because Tamar said, "I'm about my money."
Right.
That's the
God.
reason why I post them. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, wait.
It's one where she's talking.
Latoka Scott claps back at her sister,
Latoka.
Tamika Scott.
Latasha.
Yeah, close.
They getting into it because she
Who
said
is
her.
Latasha? Who is that?
She's from Escape.
Oh,
And she said that her and her husband stole $30K from her sister, so they into it. Girl, they getting into
Ooh,
it.
the escape people?
Yes,
Is that the
girl,
truth?
that's the other sister. No, girl, yes, it's on the reality show. She said it. You and your husband stole money from me. Yes,
Okay, where is the reality
go to
show?
the
How can I
penitentiary?
find this show? What is it called?
it's called SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B, and you'll. Girl, look it up. Have you seen?
got to look
Do you see
that up.
Tamar yet? Where she was going off.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm like,
Ghetto.
because I'm like, how old was this?
It's just recent. You would have been able to find it by now. Let's see. Hold on. Did they take it
I
down?
can't deal with that. It'd be so much happening in the
Jackie, so you gonna tell me it
Why
can't?
did she steal the money from her sister?
Because she has a husband that's a producer, and her husband didn't coordinate things right, and so she said that you stole money from me. You and your husband stole money from me, and then they got into it, and that's when she said, "Well, that's why your husband is fooling around with a woman and got a baby."
What? See, they going to the gutter now, huh? They just going all the way in, all the way
So
in.
then the mister was like, "Since you gonna put me out here, here's the sonogram, and here's me. I'm getting ready to have his baby, and you need to check all these other women out here that's saying that he have a baby. Because see, I was gonna get with him until I found out he had other people up in the streets. Never mind that he had a wife, but because he having other people in the streets, the mistress decided to let him go.
And then who is this again?
Is this real or is this like a fictional story we're writing?
This is real. Okay.
So whose husband did this?
So hold on.
Because they would be deported.
Latasha Scott's husband.
That's not. Who is she?
She's from Escape.
Okay. Let's listen to some music. Let's see what is the battle right here.
Let's do
they
battle.
two hottest. They two hottest. What's they two hottest? One hottest from Escape, and then the hottest from SWV.
What's the number one? Let's look them up, Lori. Let's see.
Okay. I'll go for SWV.
I'm sorry, but Coco can sing. I'm sorry. Look up Bossip. Like
Bossip.
Bossip. BOSSIP.
Oh, back it was the wrong page. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You said BL.
BOSSIP. Official.
BOSF.
Let me see if I can find it. Is she on this page? She gotta be on this page.
BOSF.
What do y'all think of Black China taking all her silicone stuff out of her face and her body?
What?
Finally.
Yes.
Did she say why?
She said because she's saved and she don't want her kids to see her like that.
She said what?
She
Jesus.
She got baptized. And she has a picture on. I mean, a taping on her page where she got baptized in her pool.
Praise God.
But she took everything out, and she looks good. I didn't even know she had fillers in her face. She looks gorgeous without her fillers. She looks really good. I didn't even know she had fillers in her face. Does that hurt?
Fuck dog.
I do not know.
I ain't putting nothing new. I don't know. Maybe I just gonna have to be a wrinkle bitch, dog.
I think SWV's best song, I think, is
Oh,
Weak.
she's a beautiful girl.
I think she looks beautiful without it.
Yeah.
She took the fillers out because her face was more
Yeah.
round.
Shelly,
okay.
so stupid.
It was what
Yeah, she is.
Tamar
She's
Braxton
gorgeous.
said
God
Candy
bless her
and
soul.
Todd threatened her despite her apology. Is that the one?
Which one?
Tamar Braxton says Candy and Todd threatened her despite her apology over this.
And she was like, "I'm sis. If I offended you, I'm sorry." But they taking it a little bit further. There she go.
Okay.
Play it.
Yeah.
Play for the beginning.
Cool. That happened. You know, I put up a clip promoting the show from my point of view in my story, not addressing anybody, not taking sides on nothing, because I really don't care. It really doesn't have anything else to do with me. Okay? So, weeks go by, 4 or 5 weeks go by, and we all have a concert together. And I'm leaving my dressing room to go to my dancer's dressing room to bring them their new clothes, and I see Candy in the hallway. And I'm like, hey, boo, and I give her a hug, you know, whatever, and she just look at me and she's like, I ain't fucking with you. And I'm like, what? I'm thinking she's kidding. Like, I'm for real thinking she's kidding. And she's like, I ain't fucking with you. I'm like, what happened? She like, oh, well, you said that shit you said about Carlos King was foul. And I'm like, oh shit, and I honestly truly forgot about it. Number 2, I don't care. Number 3 has nothing to do with me, okay?
That's it right there.
There should be a slide.
Yeah, there's a part 2, Shelly.
That's part 2. But
Wait, hold on. There's a part 2 to that?
she said Candy.
Where's the part 2
But
to
you
that?
guys, Candy can't sing.
Why are y'all dogging these people? Okay, so let's listen to Who Can I Run To?
It's Weak for
Weak?
SWV.
Okay,
Remember,
so Escape. Who's
Latasha
Escape?
Scott
I
is
don't know.
singing that one, not Candy. Is Candy okay?
Candy was listening.
Is
I'm
Candy
very
texting
interesting.
you?
Candy texting me.
Why you ain't told me that?
Hold on,
I
what's
look a
this?
mess.
Babe, you look great. I don't know what you're talking about.
I look sleep. Oh, fuck with my earring. I don't know where nothing is. Listen, good morning, everyone. I am just leaving. We're getting back from our birthday vacation. It's like 2.5 days, but I'm grateful for it. I have to be on set in about 2 hours. I look really bad. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, right. First of all, there's a couple things I wanted to address. Number 1, thank you guys so much for supporting Changed and St. Tamar's Day. Hey, Cora. I love y'all so much. But obviously, I want to address, you know, what's really going on in the press, because, you know, I feel like I've worked really hard on myself, and I can't help if somebody asks me a question, you know, and I can't help the chains of events that actually really honestly truly happen. Now, this really all started, okay, everybody knows that I'm on Dish Nation now, right? And this really all started from a YouTube that Candy put out about whatever the issues they had with Carlos King. And I was asked about it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not like these other reality people. Like, I'm a real bona fide 5-time Emmy nominated journalist. Difference. So for me, I am not comfortable publicly saying or calling someone else a liar without knowing the legitimate facts. That's where I'm standing with that. I wasn't on no, you know, you're not my friend, I don't want to side with you. It wasn't nothing to being messy, but my responsibility for my job and my integrity just lied in that. Or else I just would have said, oh, she lied. Really what I did say is I wanted to hear both sides of the story. You know, something in the milk ain't clean. Just trying to deflect from just outright calling somebody a liar. Because number one, I don't know. Number two, I don't care. Number three, has nothing to do with me. Okay? Cool. That happened. You know, I put up a clip promoting the show from my point of view in my story, not addressing anybody, not taking sides on nothing, because I really don't care. It really doesn't have anything else to do with me. Okay? So.
Okay, this was publicity. Mm-hmm. She talking way too long. It don't make sense. Anything she's saying.
And she's talking about her and
was
her
cleaning the
awards.
milk. What does she? She's got an Emmy, 5-time Emmy award.
I have
think
never
that's
heard
Tony,
of
not
her
her.
being a journalist.
Emmy?
An Emmy?
That's
No.
like television
That's
comedy.
television.
When is this television show? A 5-time Emmy.
I'm gonna Google that for a
Emmy.
fact check.
I mean, you give me Grammy.
Please
Maybe
do.
Emmy award.
Please do.
Hold
But
on. Let me see.
girl, they got into it. They got into it.
Let me see. Yeah, because she's an American singer and a TV personality. Of course, her songs. Back when we were in Nova.
I think. What do you guys think about that? Why do we even have to say anything to each other?
What do you mean?
Like, whatever was said was said. Like, why am I gonna be making a scene in the hallway and fighting with somebody over what they said? To me, that's so stupid. I don't know. I define my truth, not you.
Maybe because it's, I guess, the battle between the two groups. Maybe.
Yeah, SWV. They've got a good following. But I have to say it. I love Coco's voice. I just think Coco can sing.
Did she play on some show called The Real?
Who?
Tamar.
For an Emmy award? God bless her. Maybe
Was
she
she
did get
on The Real?
Yes.
She was a nominee.
Yes, back when
She's been
we.
a nominee. She ain't
Okay,
won.
so
She was-
she's talking about the talk show,
Right.
obviously,
Right, back when
because they were nominated.
Yeah, back when
For
okay.
she
But it was
was
the
nice.
talk show, The Real.
Well, go
from
ahead, girl.
2013 to 2016.
Okay,
That's when
then.
she did The Real.
Right, but what
There
I'm
you
saying
go.
is, I think the
Right.
The
Wikipedia
reference.
says the reference has got to be to the show, The Real, not
Right.
to her, the individual.
Of course.
So, moving on.
Right.
I move on. So, I have a question for you guys.
What's that girl?
48 years old and being pregnant.
Wow.
Janet was 50.
Dinah Ross was 47, wasn't she? Dinah Ross was her. She had her
Janet
last
got
one at
that
47.
50.
And God bless her if she could. I just don't know if I could do it at 48.
Taylor, when she was in labor, there was a lady in labor who was 56.
Wow. Wow. I couldn't do it.
I would be devastated.
I would be.
I didn't even know. Okay, that's just meant to be.
The reason I say that is because the brat is going to have
I just
her
saw her.
first
I
baby.
just saw that.
She get ready to have her first baby. Okay, so this
I
is
thought it went
this
the
is
flip
what-
flop. Things went different.
Well, see, this is the thing, and there's some
thought I was
controversy with this
tripping.
because there's a lot of couples that go through this in the LGBTQ community. So you know she has a wife. She's married to her wife, and her wife has 2 kids of her own, right?
Right.
But the brat has never had kids, so they wanted the brat to experience having a child, but the brat is 48. The brat didn't have eggs of her own, so they took the eggs of the wife and I believe
Inserted,
and a male's sperm donor.
of course.
And the brat is now carrying. She was artificially inseminated and now having the baby.
Okay.
So, one, at that age, I commend her because I was 28 in my last pregnancy, and it felt like from 24 to 28, like it took a toll on my body. Like, girl, did this feel different? I was in my 20s, and that was 4 years later. And I remember saying, wasn't this hard with Jasmine? I just remember saying, I'm older now, and I can feel it in my body. I can feel my body going through these changes, and it wasn't bouncing back like it was with the first one versus the second one, because I was older. Everything, my hair changed, everything changed. So I'm thinking, 20 more years at 48?
I mean,
I don't know if I could do that.
It's been done, but it's like I'm guessing with the type of names that these individuals have and the star power that they have,
They could just
Mama,
pay it off.
They can easily, one, pay that off. Two, Mama, that snapback can actually be a lot easier compared to
I'm sure it was for
else.
Diana, because I think Diana had her last one at 47.
Right, so...
But
she looks amazing.
Like Rashida's saying, you've got the wherewithal and the money. I mean, like when we were having kids, you still getting up trying to go to work.
Right, wearing the
you got to
harnesses
take
and
care of the other ones that you got at home.
Oh, right.
You know,
You got
the brat, you
nannies.
got a nanny.
But here's the thing.
You can
what
lay down, you don't have to get up and
happens,
go nowhere, you
because
just
this
lay
has
there in bed.
happened in a couple of cases. You know, I read case law sometimes just to amuse myself. But what happens if they break up? Does the brat have rights to that child, even though none of it is biologically hers? She just carried it.
She was
So
a
if they break
surrogate
up,
mother.
would she have any rights to that child?
I would imagine, I would hope that they created a contract. Because that would
there you
probably
go.
fall in line with like the laws that govern surrogates, right? And usually the surrogate does not have any
Right.
rights to
So-
the child that she's carrying for the family.
Right. So I hope that she got a contract, because
carrying that
I've
baby for
seen
herself,
a couple
right?
of cases where when the couple break up, the judge, of course, gives it to the biological parent, the person that has biological ties to the child. And even though you carried it, you have no biological ties, so therefore you have no rights to that child.
Right. In fact,
That,
even though
I don't know,
you're the
that's
one,
true.
In fact, even though you're the
So-
one that gave birth, in fact, technically that wasn't your actual eggs. That was actually being used in the...
Well, she's like a surrogate.
Right.
Right, she literally is a surrogate because her partner's eggs were put inside of her, plus random
Donor.
sperm bank, and artificial insemination. Boom, you now have a kid. You may have gone through the process of birthing the child or going through the process of birthing a child. But at the end of the day, that's not exactly your child. Like, mama, you'll still go through the emotions because you've had an attachment because it came out of you. But by the law, by the letter of the law, that child is not yours.
Right.
I have no idea.
That's why a lot
And
of
like
couples,
a lot of
I
those
read
like
this too.
surrogate mothers, they go through a lot.
Yeah, they do. They get emotionally attached sometimes.
But I know there's contract law associated to that.
Yeah.
Right.
To
Like,
kind of be
there
that-
are contracts.
Yeah.
Right.
But
But-
that's usually the main thing about those contracts that are usually established is between a surrogate mother and like and this other person. Which a lot of times they don't have like that close relationship, so they form that contract for that to happen. This is a case where it's two wives.
Yeah. It brings up a lot of case law, and in the two cases that I read about, I'm sure there's more. The judges have always given it to the person who has actual blood in the child, and then that person that carried it doesn't have the right. That's why a lot of couples now that are in that community are picking each other's brothers, which is kind of smart if you think about it. So, for example, if me and Lori were together, I would be impregnated by her brother, and she would be impregnated by my brother.
Through actual means or through artificial means?
Artificial insemination. So that way
You have biological ties.
you have biological ties. So a lot of couples are doing that now.
If you
have brothers,
right?
If you're lucky
right.
enough to have brothers, but
Right.
but if you think about it,
you're,
I would want my brother to fight for that baby, and I could have my baby, right?
right. So, there's that thought process. But then again,
complicated.
It gets complicated.
It gets complicated because then again, that can be seen as the brother's child, not technically yours.
But if he fights for it,
He can say
he can have her raise the child if he wanted.
Yeah, he could do it that
If she
way.
wants her baby,
Right. So that's a messy situation, and it's like, let's just hope that it doesn't come to that.
I hope it doesn't, because the brat was on the Sherry Shepherd show, and she said she was in her second semester. So Black Twitter blew up and said, "Oh, she in college and pregnant? It's supposed to be trimester." She said she in her second.
Like, what the fuck am I?
She in her second semester.
My God.
So Black Twitter made it. They're like, "Oh, the brat's in college and she pregnant at 48."
That's crazy.
They are not.
That's what she said. She said,
They
"I'm
are
in my
going
second
to
semester." They was
roast-
like, "Semester? You mean trimester?" She was like, "Yeah, that's what I mean."
Wow.
Yeah,
It's going to
it was
be
hilarious.
interesting watching her in labor. Right?
Right.
How old is her wife?
Her wife is younger than her. I don't know the exact age, but she had eggs. I guess, because the older you get, less eggs you have. So the brat didn't have any eggs. Like, she had like a 2% chance of having any eggs. So she's very close to 50. So they couldn't get any eggs from her, so they took her wife's and inseminated her wife's. But they wanted her, the two of them wanted her to experience the pregnancy, having a baby.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Wow.
Next,
Wow.
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah. I don't think Queen Latifah gonna have no baby.
I don't think that's on Queen's horizon, but you
I
never
don't think
know.
Queen. I think because Queen's wife, isn't she a Queen's wife having a baby? No, for real.
Oh, Queen's
She's
wife is
just
having a
starting.
baby?
See, I'm just.
We need to look it up. No, I'm serious. Let's look it up because I think.
Oh my goodness.
And is it true that Kanye's fighting a battery charge that he
Who did
threw?
he know?
So upon the paparazzis when they found
Oh
him?
He
yeah.
always fighting the paparazzi. He been fighting the paparazzi since day one.
Right, but it's like what paparazzi has to understand is that there's literally a right to privacy.
What a concept.
And it's just like, if you are intruding upon my privacy, intruding upon my property, or just intruding within my space, I have every right
she's having
to
a baby.
defend
That's
myself.
what I thought. I thought I heard she's having a baby.
Who is it?
Queen Latifah.
got cancer.
See, you just spoken it to the universe.
So her woman, if I see
Should be
Queen
ready to
pregnant, I'm
deliver
gonna
very
be done.
soon, right?
Yeah, Ebony Nichols is flaunting a baby bump.
And where did baby come from? Because Queen got sperm. I don't think she
They're
does.
expecting their own little prince or princess. Mm-hmm.
So was her brother or somebody's cousin, nephew,
Well, you know her
great
brother
grandfather. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. That's why she wear that key around her neck. He died in a motorcycle. Queen Latifah.
Queen.
She wears a key, his motorcycle key around her neck.
She's having a baby,
Mhm.
but her partner has cancer.
My goodness.
Having a baby
God
with
bless
partner
us.
amid cancer battle.
Oh my God.
So I don't know who got cancer, Queen or the partner.
I think the partner, because I think we just seen Queen.
Her longtime lover, Ebony Nichols, is flaunting a baby bump.
Okay, let's see. Everything you need to know
nice.
about their private relationship.
Oh.
Of course, we know she's not.
She's always been really private about
Realize it.
that, but
Just right. She's not currently married,
Seem like
but
not
she has
anymore,
been with
huh?
a partner since 2013.
Oh, it said Queen underwent her own health crisis.
oh, she did?
Oh no. I'm glad
But
she's
her
better. Thank God. She's better.
Still mourns
Mhm.
about
Yeah,
her
her brother. Yeah, her brother is the one that died on the motorcycle accident.
Right. So
Then her mother had a really serious illness. She was really close to her mom.
So, Ebony Nichols, she's about 40-something beauty, a successful professional choreographer. Not only is she a professional dancer, but she's even toured alongside some of the biggest names in music, including Rihanna, Beyonce, Usher, and more, per her Emmys bio. Ebony earned her BFA from Chapman University in South Carolina, where she studied theater and dance. In addition to touring alongside successful singers, Ebony choreographed all 5 seasons of the hit show Jane the Virgin. The talented woman also worked on ABC comedy Fresh Off the Boat. Per the U.S. Sun, although Ebony is all primarily known for her work as a choreographer, she previously spent some time as a Laker girl for the Los Angeles Lakers of the NBA. This is Ebony Nichols for those that aren't able to actually. This is Ebony Nichols.
They say Tatiana Ali is pregnant too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well. She definitely ain't boxing no more.
She used to be boxing, huh?
So, speaking of Tatiana,
the little girl from the
Fresh Prince?
Oh wait, never mind.
You thinking of Layla?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Layla.
Yeah, no, I was like, Tatiana was a boxer.
Speaking of, did you guys know that Chris Rock, just like I thought he would, is getting a lot of attention? You notice that?
I didn't see the stand-up. I think we mentioned that last. Was it last?
Like in a good way?
I still haven't seen.
Yeah,
it.
like he's like they're promoting a lot of his stuff versus.
Of course they are.
They're not. I think Will's latest film wasn't even promoted.
No.
But I see he's getting a lot. Yeah, the Emancipation was
Right,
promoted.
and like he even
but I'm
talked
seeing
about
that
emancipation during his special.
he's getting a lot of like. He's like doing a lot of the hosting of shows and hosting different things. He's got his own. I think a couple of movies coming out. They've been really blowing that up. Like Chris Rock has been in the news a lot lately.
That's on purpose.
I know.
We
I'm
already
just
knew
saying
that was going to happen because
I was just wondering if you guys noticed it.
We, in all intents and purposes, blacklisted Will Smith because of his one public outburst, and now we're playing, and now the media is playing a sympathetic role for Chris Rock. He's spent an entire year in silence.
Chris Rock.
He's always been playing what?
Like a sucker.
Yeah.
He really has.
Even all the way back to New Jack City on, and I mean, who really?
Everybody hates Chris. Like,
And even that one, it wasn't him. It was a little boy.
right back when that was playing him, that was telling his story. But that was about
God
it.
bless him. But if you feel, I just don't understand why he tends to feel that it's okay to take pot shots at anybody's health.
And
Hair.
people
You didn't have to bring that woman up
At
all.
And it's just like
At all.
you've been bringing
Period.
her up for
eons.
For
This
20
is an
years.
ongoing thing with you, player. Stop. Leave her alone.
Right.
Leave that woman alone. Ain't no Will ain't up here talking about your bitch.
Right.
He ain't up here talking about your wife. There's nobody who is your wife. Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
with
why
all due
did he
respect,
go there? Let's
why?
talk about that. Why
no,
did
with
he
100.
go?
Why are you bringing this woman up?
Why did he go there?
Why?
Okay, so let's actually go back. So, with the whole Chris Rock and Jada, and that started around like 1990s, and like somewhere around there.
Very late 80s, like 89, 90.
Yeah, like somewhere around there. Where I think Chris Rock at the time was interested in her. She kind of curved him, didn't really show interest, and then after that, literally just jokes upon jokes about Jada, and then they got worse during the whole red table talk. That's when things got really worse. In fact, once they started putting their business out there
About the open marriage thing or what?
And then the August.
Oh yeah, we had a show on that one. Yeah.
Yes.
August what?
August Santina.
Encina, something like that.
August
The young boy, the
Alsina.
Young boy.
August Alsina.
The relationship
entanglement situation.
Entanglement.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
the relationships specialist or something.
Yeah. So that's when I started blowing up. But honestly, he's been going after her for a long time, and it's just been an ongoing thing. it got to this point where he made a comment about her hair, about her hairstyle, even though like a year prior she announced to the world, not a lot of people saw it, that she's dealing with alopecia.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't even know until this whole incident that she was dealing with that. I didn't know that.
Yep, and of course with alopecia, pregnant women, that starts off with the loss of hair.
Yeah.
Where your hair follicles just are no longer producing, or not as strong as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of women, their hair is their identity. Their hair is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he made a G.I. Jane joke. And I will say, I think Chris Rock has a history of not only going after Jada, but just black women in general when it comes to just like
hair.
Back when it just comes
Didn't
to
he have
hair.
a stand up about hair?
He
Yes.
did that show called
did
Good.
Movie,
little
wasn't it?
movie,
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Going all the way into India and so forth.
Yep.
As
back
if
when-
black women only wear that white hair.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Asian,
Yep. There was.
Latina.
Yes.
Oh,
Caucasian.
Yeah.
If
it was just us, they wouldn't make
J-Lo,
this shit.
every single time she is on, she wears.
Exactly.
If she doesn't have them in there, she has her hair tied back in a ponytail or a bun because her hair is so thin. So it's not.
But I mean, going back, I remember when my mom, we were little in the 70s, and you know, white women had hair pieces.
Yeah, they put them little big
Chiffon
Yeah, the big
things.
chiffon things and all that in there.
the little basket. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
talking
know
about?
exactly. Fool.
They did. They put the baskets on there.
Right. So yes. So this has been an ongoing thing. Back in my mother. When it
Lucille
comes,
Ball had 11 wigs when she died.
I was
Why
saying,
people
it's like
tripping?
a
She
set-
had 11 wigs.
on that mess, girl.
They found 11 wigs in her vault. So why y'all tripping? And she had the little short haircut.
Hey, yeah. I don't know.
So yes, back in my
That's
it was
interesting.
just him just making jokes about black women. Just over the years, it's just been an ongoing thing, and people have brought that up. Where it's just like he's been ragging on us
For so long.
forever, and just like.
So what's wrong
have-
with women better in this
people
stuff? He
have
did his
called-
teeth. Come on now. We know them teeth was rabbit looking.
Yeah, we know you would know.
They was turned and they was rabbit. Now they
Yeah, you
straight.
talking like New Jack City days, huh?
Right. His teeth was jacked up. So I would have said that. Let's talk about back in the day when your shit was jacked up. Never mind my hair. How about your teeth?
I know you have a thing for teeth.
I do. I don't know what it is.
We know you have a thing.
If a guy has a wonderful smile, I will melt down to the floor. Pennies just roll on out the door. It is what it is.
All right, so if we'll leave it at.
I can't help it.
But if
I'll just stare at his mouth
as
all
we
night.
know, what is Chris Rock's majority audience? Who does he pander to? Majority of the time.
I don't know much
You
about
know,
Chris Rock.
what bothered me when he made his joke, and I didn't even like the joke, is when he said, "You gonna slap me in front of all these white people." I understand what he's trying to say, but I feel like he's feeding into it even more.
Oh, well, what was the comment about he watches Emancipation over and over so he can see a white man hit Will? So the brother, he
I did hear him say that.
He
I
got
did hear him.
problem. He just looking for attention.
Yeah.
But-
Nobody still don't
everything
care.
is a
I
media
bet he
moment.
won't get up and do that shit again.
No, he won't.
Yeah, everything's.
I bet he will think about it. I'm betting. A
And-
fat dog.
Right, but it's
And
like,
I'm glad Will knocked his motherfucking ass in the motherfucking mouth. That's what he gets. Shut your motherfucking mouth
Mouth.
up. You don't know what that woman went through.
right, and it's just like
You know what I mean?
what I don't get about certain people is just that they will defend Chris Rock talking about he's a comedian. In fact,
Will is too.
He's making jokes.
Ha ha! It was a joke. I just slapped the motherfucker. It was a joke.
it was funny.
Ha
That was funny.
ha ha! Very funny. Remember Eddie Murphy? Ha ha! Very funny, when he was on Delirious. Yeah. So some people didn't like it. I thought thought it was hilarious myself.
There's stuff that comedians get up
You know
and
what I
joke
mean?
about, and people are offended all the damn time.
Right. But it's like fact of one. That's what it's saying. It is that fact of one. He had no right to be offended the way that he was, and that Will had no right to go up on stage and slap him the way that he did.
Yeah, I think he should have took him to the side and said,
now
"Look here,
they are jumping down
that shit about my wife. That
Will's
shit is
throat
over.
about
Don't
that.
do that shit again."
Like,
That's what he should have did.
honestly, that was the thing that I was thinking about, because
Do you
that's
think Will really gives a shit?
No.
At the end of the day, when it comes to family, when it comes to your life, health, and strength, not Hollywood. They not finna be giving us no Oscars, no goddamn way.
Right.
Unless you're doing, showing like little Halle had to do.
Like show
And just
all
after a
everything.
full unadulterated Negro like Denzel had to do.
Right.
And all that other shit he did, Elmo's fired, all that old nice look, nothing.
Elmo's fire.
Remember that? You come on here and just calling nickel and just acting just like us?
Right.
Okay, let's go ahead and give it to her. Oh, she got banged out by Billy Bob Thornton? Okay, let's just go on ahead and give it to her this year. Really?
Yeah.
They ain't giving us nothing. What they gonna give her?
Not
They ain't giving us shit
act
on her.
like a fool. Act a buffoon.
I'm just saying. At
gotta
the end of
give
the
him a
day, if I'm just saying to me, if I had to, sometimes you gotta, Mr. P say, sometimes you gotta take it to the chin. We done took a lot of shit to the chin. You just gotta bitch up, take it. Woo! He just need to get it. Till you get it, you gotta get this. Okay? You got it. He fucked your ass up on TV. He could have did way worse. He just slapped the bitch slapped you. Because you was acting like a bitch. So you got slapped like a bitch.
Right.
And people always underestimate Lil Will.
Yeah.
They be thinking, oh, Will's a joke. Will was like, okay, it's all right. Because I ain't going home with this fool the way she just looked at me. No, I got to do something. So it's cool. If we take care of this shit right now, let me get up
She
here.
looked at him from the
She
side eye. Like,
yeah, he was like, yeah, you right. I already know where this is going. So let me just fix this right on up.
I mean, he is from West Philadelphia, born and raised in the
Right.
playground square space.
Right. So don't let this Hollywood shit fool you. Okay?
Right.
Okay, I just got a text from one of our listeners.
Which one of our listeners
that said, do you think words said justify physical violence?
This words?
Words that are said, does that
Sometimes.
Yes,
justify?
yes. Unequivocally. No,
Don't ask me that question, because you're not going to get the answer you looking for. Yes. You say some fucked up shit, I'm going to hit you in your mouth.
prayer line
Yes.
right now anyway, so it's okay.
Yes. I'm going to hit you in your mouth. You say some
What they say?
some shit to me.
What they say like a response?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Well, I haven't gotten a response.
I mean, I'll say it like this.
I'll keep waiting. We'll see what happens.
Words nowadays.
I don't know how we ride. You about to find out how we ride, okay? I'm just saying, you about to find out how we ride.
I'll say it like
Kickback.
this. And like, I'll say it nicely. Words nowadays do a lot more damage than you actually think. Words actually have a lot more power than people give credit for. They try to say, oh, Fakamome, these are just words. Fakamome, they should not mean anything. You're all wrong.
Words can hurt just as much as a
People
hand.
have
I
done...
think sometimes worser.
Worser?
Worser, that's
good,
Quita.
girl. That's good right there. When you said that.
People have done
You sound like me when you say
unspeakable things just because of words. People have maimed people because of words. People have taken themselves off of the census because of words. So it's just like, so for people to say words don't really have a factor, words actually incredibly do have a factor. And it's just like certain words will trigger an effect where it's just like, you don't want to be for a we're all African Americans in here.
Are we?
Are we?
Yeah.
Right. So if you were called the N-word out in public,
Did Shelly call me that in public, or a Caucasian person call me that in public?
Caucasian.
Oh, no, hell.
See, I was like, me and Shelly can be in Bergdorf, and she can be like, hey, nigga, come here. I'll be like, no, I'm just
That has happened.
I know, I know.
But we
We
not
have been in
God help
Bergdorf.
me. I'm finna be good. I'm finna be good.
Okay, but then we be like, did they just say? Because we be like, okay, wait. Did this white person just say? I would ask the question before I.
You would just try to
call off and
clarification.
ask. Yeah, I need clarification. I need you to. Did he say? You know, I'll ask you first.
Yeah.
I asked y'all first.
Remember that's when she asked that fool on that bridge.
I asked
she
people.
Did. She did
First,
She did
because I want to
clarify.
make
She
sure
clarified.
I want some clarification.
She said, "Who was he talking to?"
I just need clarification on what I heard before
Validation before you act.
Did he just
Yes,
say?
you do that. I give you that.
I will ask first because I don't want to jump to no conclusion.
Right.
So I'll say, Lord, did he just?
Yeah.
I'll ask you first.
It's like, excuse me, but can I inquire upon what you just said
I just
to
hope
me?
that doesn't happen to me.
I hope
It
that doesn't
could.
happen to me either because y'all will see me on the 5 o'clock news.
That'd be shocking.
And I will be on Fox.
No, Fox.
I will be on Fox
I will
because
put you on ABC.
Shocking.
I will put you on CNN before I put you on Fox.
black woman nearly killed everybody in Bergdorf. Yes.
Exactly. All up in
So,
the burg.
Yeah. And my mama's in. Yeah. So.
Don't do that to Jazz and G. That would be too good.
Girl. That's why I need to stay where I am, where people, because I go to the South and I be done lost it. I need to stay right where I am, because they will call you something here too.
Yes, they will.
But I can go Cali on that butt. In the other states, you don't know what's going to happen.
New World Order,
Right.
man. They be done cut you up.
Right.
Girl.
Grind you in the meat grinder.
The
remember-
Floribama murders? Yep.
The what?
The Floribama murders. You ever look at that?
No.
These people kill people up in them swamps between the borders between Florida and Alabama.
Why?
Hey, like Jelly said, down and
And there's a
that
field
makes
in
Dixon
Texas.
line.
And there's a field in Texas where a bunch of bodies done showed up and nobody know where the hell they came from. So that's why I say I need to stay in California or either go to Canada.
You know, I've been watching these crime shows with my sister.
I've been watching them.
And it's amazing. Why is there a let's just talk about this a second. Why is there a growing number of homicides between married couples opposed to divorce? Why you
because
gotta
they don't
kill
want to
me?
pay. They don't want to pay.
Don't
They
kill
wanna
me.
pay.
Let's just divorce.
Girl, I don't want to have to pay.
It's a lot more expensive to leave them than it is to keep them.
That's why when I got paranoid.
Oh,
I was
yes,
like,
God
if y'all
help.
don't hear from me, y'all need to call me.
Remember that?
I'm at home by myself.
Shut up. Yes, I
Call
remember.
me.
You remember this?
Because I don't put past nothing past nobody. I'm
Did
paranoid.
y'all hear about the dentist who killed his wife?
Yes.
He was poisoning
Looking up poison.
her.
I'm telling y'all.
I remember.
And
I
he
remember.
killed her.
I remember. Thank God
That's
it never
what
happened.
I was saying about like when we was talking about
Just
the
like,
kids. You
remember
can't you cannot cover up murder. There is no perfect murder. That's why I say when you kill somebody, you got to grind them up in the grinder, the meat grinder.
And separate,
because
but
even
don't
if you throw them
do
in
it
the ocean,
in the snow.
no, because it'll preserve.
Remember Fargo?
Yep.
That was another day.
My God, she out here talking the freaking Sweeney Todd.
And if they don't find no
The demon
chemicals in the
bar
body,
of
look for some
Sweet Street.
succinylcholine.
Yep, that's the one. It will
Because
burn it
that-
down, that acid.
It'll make all your shit stop. Mm-hmm. You can see everything,
But you can't move.
but you can't move.
Ain't that fucked up?
And pretty soon your lungs stop moving. But you can still see, and you be like, oh, God, I'm suffocating. But you can't even say that.
Did you learn this from one of them shows?
I'm telling you. You cannot, and don't try to throw nobody in the ocean. Don't try to put no weights on it. Because what's going to happen is the body is just going to break up and it's going to
It
float
go
up to the
right back
top.
Always happen.
It always happens. That's why I
Cold
said,
case
y'all was
files,
laughing when I said meat
forensic.
grinder, when we said we was going to protect our kids. Meat grinder.
Yeah.
Because
Or Florida Bama swamp where the alligator gets that ass. Look, go to the gator farm we used to go to when we was little kids.
you cannot.
Well, if the
tie them
alligator
up.
ate the person, how do they know they dumped him at the gator
I mean,
farm?
but we talking. Yeah, that's a good murder. But I'm just saying, like Shelley said, if you don't have an alligator handy, then you better get a meat grinder. If you're
I'm
not
telling you,
down at the
because
gator
even
farm.
if you try to burn, the bones is
The
still gonna be
bones
there.
there, and it
It
can
is very
smell.
hard to burn the body. People think it's easy because of cremation and all that shit. It is not that easy. You got to grind it up in the meat grinder. I'm telling you.
That's,
you got to
it.
get-
That's why they do that on the.
That's
people.
why y'all was laughing
Or
when I
you
was
gotta
saying that
just
last
chop
week.
that shit up.
How you gonna
You
cover
really
it
need
up?
to chop it up and then grind it. You really do.
Yeah.
Have you seen the of Elise Matsunaka? What? I'm talking to you.
What is that?
Wait, I'm sorry. What? You said Elise Mabadook?
She committed.
Elise Mama say Mama Sama Mako.
Y'all gonna be out. I'm finna pull it up. Y'all thought I'm bullshit.
What is that?
What is that? That's gonna be the last. That's gonna be the last Marsha. We can just go be. Girl,
Look, for real though, y'all.
we need to have alibis. We know too much shit. We know too much shit now.
This is her, Rashid. For real. What's her name? Elise Matsunaga. Y'all thought I was bullshit.
Oh.
Y'all seen it? She killed her husband, chopped this dude up. Look at her. She done chopped this dude up, y'all.
Regardless of all that, my point is, it doesn't matter.
He was cheating on her, y'all.
What matters is that
But her name is Elise. Look, for real, Rashid. Look it up. Elize.
Okay, hold on.
And she chopped him up because he was cheating.
Yes, ma'am. We just getting it. He's an Asian dude, right?
Oh.
Right. Asian dude that she just, round the world.
Matsunaga.
Do you see her? Regular little lady.
Once Upon a Crime.
Yep. And then here, where they do, after 5 years in jail, they let you come home for a week. And then you go back and serve another 5 years, and then they let you come back home for a week.
Where is that?
In wherever she is. I think it's Brazil.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, it's not in America.
No, it's not American. They did that dubbing on the Netflix. You could tell this dub is horribly done.
Country of origin, Brazil,
But-
original language, Portuguese. Where she shot and dismembered her husband, Marcos Matsunaga, who was a member of the family that formerly owned the Yoki Food Company in Brazil.
And
Matsunaga is from Chopinzino.
People crazy.
I don't know. I'm
couldn't
trying to
believe
figure
that
out how
Dennis
she cut his
was
ass up.
slowly killing her.
And not throw up.
I don't know. She was a nurse. You keep trying to say because she was a nurse, and I'm like,
Well, okay, hold on.
Because you learn the anatomy. You learn how to, that's why they say doctors are really good, because you learn where to cut.
she knew what the joints were, so she cut it right in the joints, and she carried that dude out in suitcases.
That's what I'm saying. Meat grinder.
3 suitcases.
3.
Because he was cheating on her, and then he lied to her and slapped her and told her he pulled her out the gutter. She said, okay.
She said, okay, I'm going to chop your
Yeah, got
motherfucking
something
ass.
for
I'll
you,
put you in
bitch.
3 suitcases. That's
Okay, so
That's exactly
I'm out.
Okay. So here's a story. So on May 19th, 2012.
I got your ass. Yeah. That's what she said.
So basically, this was about 11 years ago when this happened, where she shot and dismembered her multi-millionaire husband, Marco Matsunaga. A week later, his body parts were uncovered by locals at different spots along
That's
the
where she
side
went wrong.
That's
the
where
road.
she went
She
wrong.
should have meat grinded the shit.
Meat grinded that shit and packed it up.
I mean,
And
he
sold
worked
it
in
like
the
Lucy
food
and
That is
Ethel.
where she went wrong.
Wait, hold on. He worked in.
That would have been the perfect murder, but she messed up.
I think she got tired. She started slipping at the end. Her mind.
It is a lot of work to get rid of a body. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you
y'all.
heard. That's what you heard.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So basically, she admitted
Who are you people?
to actually murdering her husband after they argued at dinner on May 19th. She alleged after Marcos Matsunaga collected their pizza, which has been captured on CCTV.
Okay, just stop
That's
it.
right.
Be on the court TV.
I
nigga.
do not.
I was at them.
Come on, because we argue about some damn pizza. I'm gonna get chopped
No,
up.
it wasn't about the pizza. It was about the fact that she got the video. This motherfucker cheating, and he done cheated once, and he promised he wasn't gonna cheat again. He started cheating again, so she hired a private detective.
Cheaters.
Yep. So
Yep.
basically,
got the
had an
pictures.
argument over his infidelity, in which resulted in Marcos verbally and physically assaulting
Oh
her.
God, don't let me be that
And
angry.
then she also stated that Marcos had threatened to take full custody
Their
of
daughter.
their daughter.
Oh,
if they-
Because she used to be,
see there.
See, the thing about it is, she used to be a
That's the part.
prostitute.
Oh.
She then reached
And
for
that's
one
how
of
they
several
met.
guns
He
in the
was
home
hoeing.
and shot him in the head.
She was hoeing with him. And that's why he told
And
her
see,
that she
you
was
don't
a
threaten
hoe
a mama bear
and
about her
told her all that
babies.
shit he was
you
going to
don't
do to
threaten
her.
a
You
mama
don't threaten Mama Bear about her babies.
Well,
She will do what it takes.
She
Just
got
like we
it.
talked about that last week.
Yeah.
She'll do whatever it takes.
She'll do what it takes.
But-
I get it now. The
but-
motivation.
But meat grinder is what.
This one, I'm done.
I'm gonna check
That's
your
where she messed
Amazon
up.
account.
I
That's
know.
where
I'm
she
like, did
messed
she
up.
buy a meat grinder lately? Let me see. I know, Shelly, man.
I learned that from Dexter. You
The
got to
TV
put-
show?
Dexter and what's that other one? You.
Wow.
Have you guys seen You?
I haven't
Scared
seen it.
me.
Morgan
Girl,
watches it.
when he had to get rid of that body, he put that meat in a meat grinder. Ain't nobody found it. Ain't nobody. He put it in a meat grinder. Ain't nobody gonna find it. It grinds the bones and the meat. So
That's how they
how
make
is she gonna
lunch.
get rid of it?
I have
Now,
never
sometimes,
contemplated that.
if you get a barrel and that acid
That don't work either.
in that barrel, dog, but then you
But
gotta.
it stank, and then
And
it
it dusty, but it
liquefies.
liquefies all your shit is
But they
bubbling.
can still find
DNA.
DNA evidence. That's what I'm saying.
But wherever you ground that body at, the evidence gonna be there.
girl.
I'm just
I'd
saying.
rather
I'm
do
just
that.
saying.
I'd
But
rather
we
do
gotta.
that.
You gotta know. I don't know nobody. Jonathan, do I know the owner of Miracle Market? I don't know nobody that own a butcher store.
We have to buy a meat grinder.
But what do you do with the grounded product?
You just eat it.
You sell it.
Yeah.
Grounded product. You get that to one of the kids in the
You
neighborhood.
know, good goddamn where they gonna find
It's
you.
easier to burn,
And then your DNA is mixed up in theirs through the gut.
right? You do a Jeffrey.
I'm not eating it.
I don't know. I'm just talking crazy.
That's
I know I'm talking crazy.
That's wild.
Could you imagine?
No.
I mean, Dahmer was giving people the food. He was feeding them the other people's bodies. Isn't that crazy?
I thought he was eating it. He was giving it to other people too.
He did, like, before he would kill you.
He had the cult.
Not
Right.
me.
Right, not you, but that person.
No, in fact, I'm like,
Isn't that horrible?
remember, Jeffrey Dahmer had a cult. Remember?
He had a cult.
That man was just.
He was by himself. He was haunted. He was horrible.
But do you know his mama was on 30 different mental health medications when she was pregnant? Well, goddamn, that's the reason.
Right. But then you had a daddy that fantasized about that shit
I
before.
know.
See, he couldn't win.
No,
he couldn't win.
he really came here just.
I got another text from our listeners that says, by the way, there was a doctor who tried to drive his whole family off a cliff
Recently?
in Pasadena.
But the Tesla saved him.
Was he in the car, too?
That's the Tesla.
He was in the car too.
the Tesla
See, why are you
saved
trying to
him.
kill himself too?
The
Trying to
smart
kill him,
car
his whole
just said,
family.
I'll take his.
Suck a dick. I'm not going over there.
Can you imagine this? Because the lady actually said it. The mother actually said it. He tried to kill us. Can you imagine going off that cliff, looking at that motherfucker, and you live? I would kill him myself. I live.
Now she need a meat
after I'm
grinder.
dropping down and I'm looking at you. What are you doing? I'm screaming. My kids are in the back, and we hit the ground, and I live. Oh, it's on the crack.
That man had a real life Stan moment.
See,
He
There was
didn't
no
think he was.
stand.
He was thinking about regular car. A regular car would have blew up because it was a Tesla that doesn't have a motor or gas. It did not blow up. That's the reason why they
That
lived.
is that. Now you got to live through that.
He was so stupid.
Maybe he
It's
just
not
thought
gonna
the
blow up. There's no
crash-
gas.
Maybe he thought the impact,
He thought the impact. He thought the car was gonna blow up. They lived.
or maybe just the crash.
That was how stupid is that? You gonna drive? Jasmine cracked me up. She's like, "How stupid was that? You drive a car with no gas off the thing." And I was like, "You know what? That makes sense."
They didn't even get hurt.
They didn't get hurt.
That's
They didn't
sad.
even get hurt.
No, the frame of the car was still, even after dropping, the frame was still intact.
So why was he trying to kill him and them?
If you
huh?
think about it, if there was gas,
It
they
could've
would have blew up.
Right, because of the
'Cause of the
actual
impact, the
ignition. Yeah.
So people, make sure the car got gas, and you can do it. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, people, just divorce. Don't be killing
Lori
folks
said
to break up.
Peace in the Middle East.
Like, don't divorce. Just hey, we can break up. You
We
go to
can
the left,
work
I'll
it
go to the
out.
right.
I don't even care if I get a little apartment on the corner. I don't
Man, if it requires death, you can take everything.
thing right. I'll just
Right.
live with my
I'll
mama.
start again. That's bizarre.
That is pretty intense. You just never know what people are going to do.
But can you imagine? I'm just saying.
The day after the
The
crash.
day I live after that shit, it's on and cracking.
Maybe he just felt like that day,
That day you were gonna kill
just
him?
that day. But later he feels okay. I'm better again. I'm fine again. could be.
Which makes me think about your case, the Murdoch case. Have you seen on the news about the one who lived? The Buster is his name.
Buster didn't get shot.
No, Buster, they think killed his ex-roommate.
But he put out a
Buster
statement.
killed that. We think Buster killed that little girl. Which one?
No, this is a new person.
Another person?
Mm-hmm.
Which roommate?
Wrong with
And
these
they
people?
said that it didn't come to light because
I gotta
this
look this
person was found right at the time the Murdoch dad
Got shot.
was
that case.
was being tried. I
So
should've wrote
Buster
the name.
killed somebody over his last month?
Well, it's not proven. He's a suspect. He
In the
was
last month or so?
Yes,
Not
the
the Stephen
roommate he
Smith
had
kid.
in college.
Not the Stephen Smith guy.
Is that
Yeah,
his
not
name?
Stephen Smith.
The one that was in, they're exhuming his body.
No,
Oh.
this is a little person I saw on the
little
news.
person.
A little.
Why is this murder
guy.
around the Murdochs?
It's like a little guy. Looks like a young guy.
Look like kind of attractive little kid?
Mm-hmm, very
I
attractive.
think that's the same
Is that
guy.
the same
Stephen
one?
guy.
I think it's Stephen
Oh.
Smith.
No, who is Stephen Smith?
The young
He's
guy
the guy
that
that
Buster
they're
was
saying-
accused
The
of
roommate.
killing.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't his roommate, but he maybe this is a
thought
roommate
that was
person
a
we
new
could look.
development. Yeah.
But
Maybe
this
there's two
other
different people.
person
Mhm.
was just they were friends, but
In
this
high
guy's
school.
gay,
And he's gay.
and it was
think it
coming
might be the
out
same
that
person.
Buster
He was openly
hanging
gay.
out.
But
Right.
they think it's the younger one. What's the younger one's name?
Paul.
They think
Paul did
Paul
it.
is the one that hit him with the
Right.
bat and left him
and
there.
actually killed Steve
Because-
but that they were together. They know it's the Murdaugh boys. They said.
Okay, so
You know, I get wild about these.
I know. That's why I thought of you when I saw it.
so here's
watched
the
the whole
actual
thing.
story.
The trial, girl, I could barely work.
Netflix.
But I was watching the live trial, dog.
Oh,
I missed the
God.
fucking meeting, girl.
All that snot, he was just faking.
He was so full of
So,
shit.
so,
Paul, nigga, what?
so here's the new information regarding the Stephen Smith. So, South Carolina authorities have confirmed they are investigating the death of Stephen Smith as a homicide nearly 8 years after the 19-year-old was found dead in the middle of a rural road from what was ruled as to be a hit and run. South
that's
Carolina
him. Looking
Law
like
Enforcement
Macaulay.
Division opened an investigation into Stephen Smith's death on June 2021 as discovered new evidence during the investigation into the murder of Maggie and Paul Murdaugh, a mother and son who were found fatally shot at the prominent legal family's South Carolina hunting estate that month. Stephen Smith's death was determined to be highway vehicular manslaughter and no suspects were even apprehended. His mother was long asked for the unsolved case to be re-examined. Lawyers representing his mother announced that his death is now being considered a homicide Tuesday night, citing a phone call with SLED. SLED is publicly supporting the Sandy Smith and her efforts to find out what really happened to her son. The SLED spokesperson confirmed to ABC News that the case is being investigated as a
So
homicide.
sad.
It's a-
His sister said one side of his face was beautiful and the other side was just gone. And she actually referred to Emmett Till. She said, I wanted them to see what they did to me. She has a twin sister. And she said she wanted them to see what they did to her brother and how beautiful he was on one side of his face. And then one side was just gone from being bashed in.
So he was in a car crash.
They
That's
wanted to make
alleged.
it. And I think that's why they left him in the middle of that road. They would think somebody was going to hit him.
Right, and it would look like
Because they left him in the middle of a dark road, but somebody hit him with a bat and just left him there. But like they said with homicide, when you're hit with a car, your shoes are knocked off. There's tire marks over you. He was not ran over. His face was just bashed in, right here.
Yeah,
Oh, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
These Murdoch characters.
It's just murder.
Right,
literally murdered.
And the connection is that he was a former classmate of Buster Murdaugh, whose father, Alex Murdaugh, was convicted earlier this month in the murders of Maggie
You
and
ain't
Paul
seen Buster with no
Murdaugh.
girls.
The disgraced former attorney was sentenced to life in prison for the 2021 killing of his wife and younger son. Police officials reportedly were waiting until the high-profile Murdaugh trial was over before announcing developments in the Stephen Smith case out of concern that witnesses would not be as forthcoming under the Murdaugh sphere
I believe
of
he did it.
influence.
I believe he did it.
Since the conclusion of the Murdaugh
To this
trials, more
Stephen-
resources have been devoted
yeah,
and
who
will
else
be
would
devoted.
kill
And I
Boy, don't let
believe
nobody have
that
no
the
reason to call
father
that
killed
boy.
the mother and the son. I believe that. Because I believe that Buster
There's
was
his
too
girlfriend.
much trouble.
Her name is Brooklyn.
Oh, Buster has some issues. See, he was about to take the place. He was about to take off with the firm. He was going to take his father's place. But that other one,
Paul,
he
was a loose cannon.
He was causing a lot of problems.
They called him the little detective.
Yep. So
Because he was always in his daddy's behind about all them drugs and all the weird shit his daddy.
Well, not only that,
was doing on his
he
daddy's nerve,
murdered that. He took the boat and murdered that girl.
yeah,
got
they- all of
died.
that yeah,
So
poor little
he
Mallory
knew he had
bitch.
more to lose
He had everything to lose because
with the older one than he did with the younger one.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And they was all about to find out. His wife was about to find out about that money.
Yeah, because she had that forensic accountant.
and literally those chain events started once the grandpappy who covered up the murder of that girl.
That 19-year-old. Oh, they was all in the hospital
With the
trying to-
badge on. You see with his
Right.
solicitor's badge on?
talking about, oh, don't talk to nobody.
I represent
And then tried to
everyone in here.
blame it on his friend. Connor was driving.
Yeah, just Connor Cook. What? Everybody saw that fool? Everybody knows that.
And see, the thing he wasn't counting on is all this stuff that's coming up on his son's phone. He said he was nowhere near the doggy kettle.
Thank God for the Secret
His son
Service.
took a video. How 3-4 minutes you don't know what happened?
Right.
The video was taken 3 or 4 minutes before his son was killed, and he said he was nowhere
he was
near.
there. He was at his mama house.
Right.
So how you 3-4 minutes gonna be away and somebody killed him?
And then how all them minutes get on, all them walk steps get on your phone?
And then gonna be in the car crying, oh, they did them bad. They. How you know it was a they? How you know it wasn't one person? Because you took one gun and shot the other. And you took another gun and shot the other person. That's because you said that. That's why you said they.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that cell phone, he might have.
He'd have got away
He'd have
with
kept
it.
lying.
He'd have got away with it.
Yeah, him in that town.
And then even the black
I
nurse
love
that was
me
taking
that
care of
Creighton
his...
Waters. That little
Who?
the prosecutor, Creighton Waters.
Yes.
Girl, I love that little man. He tried the hell out of that little case.
They was clowning him saying...
They gave him a hard time
because
doing the
Clayton
trial.
was saying this goes to show that that you're not above the law. They said, "Oh, so you kill a girl, then you kill your wife and son, and then you do this, do that, and you embezzle money, and then you get prosecuted." I was cracking up.
Yeah, he was. Oh, but you don't remember that. But you remember this. But you don't remember that.
Right. So you got to kill your wife and your son before they even think about all the other shit you did.
So full of shit. They just, you know what? I just learned. William was asking me the other day. He said, "What do you think? You think they gonna?" The other day, you think they gonna kill that man in jail? I said, "What man in jail? What you talking?" He goes, "You know that trial you was watching? You know, I always watch some criminal." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "That murder man." And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's not gonna happen to his ass in prison. It's nothing. I'm like, that's what they do. They always kill their wives and kids when they don't care no more. They just kill them and shit and keep right the fuck on going. It don't know what happened to them in prison." Chris Watts, who killed you? Killed your pregnant wife
And your daughter.
and your 2 little girls, and put their ass on top of a tank. Remember, William used to build them tanks.
The tank, and that's
You
what
gonna put
he
them
was
in
about.
a
stuffed
gas?
them inside there.
Yeah,
He put
Shirley.
them inside
He
of
had
there.
to stuff
He put
them.
them in there.
Yes.
Who does that?
Who does that?
Because I want a new chick.
Why?
I want a new
People-
woman.
And then go get on TV and act like
Nothing
I don't know what
I don't know
happened.
where they are. I don't know where
just
they've
want them
been.
to come back.
Just fuck it. I'm gonna kill them. Start over.
That's crazy to me.
Just kill their wives.
That is
Just keep right on
crazy.
going like that. Drew Peterson. How you hit 3 women? You would die 3 and don't
Like
just
the Scott Peterson.
Scott and Drew. Drew's worse than Scott because Drew
I'm
got a
scared
couple
of Drew.
women under.
I
I'm
ain't
Drew.
gonna- I'm not gonna speak
I
to
might talk to Scott, but Drew.
I can't talk. I can't
Who's
speak on
Drew?
Drew.
I don't
He
know.
scares
Drew
me.
Peterson?
He scared-
Ooh.
Yeah, girl.
He ain't nothing. Now he looked like Beelzebub. He looked like Beelzebub ish. Like you see those gothic pictures of those demonic looking people.
I
That
can't
shit
speak
over in
on
the
him.
ruins of Rome.
I'm so scared of
That's
him. I
his-
can't speak.
Look him up, Lord. Drew Peterson. He looks like
I'm
Wow.
so scared of him. I can't even speak.
everybody you come in contact with is not dying, and you just don't know nothing.
If you are desperate enough to tell your drug dealer to shoot, I'm talking about the murder.
You talking about, of course,
To tell your drug dealer to
shoot
shoot
you
in the head. What make me think
you wouldn't lie.
you wouldn't blow your son's head off and shoot your wife 5 times
Exactly.
for some money?
Exactly.
So I don't put nothing.
It was not
past
that
you.
much oxycodone in the world, girl.
Oh, he was a world class pianist.
He was once a police officer. Look at him, Lolo, on the screen.
Oh,
He was a police officer who has finally been charged with killing his 3rd wife.
Wow.
The second wife died in the bathtub, and they still ain't found this little last one. Little young.
They haven't found
They
the
still
last
have
one.
not found her body. You know what? This fool won't tell them.
Once that fool came home and had blood all over him and put his clothes in the washer
Yes.
and said, "I just killed my
Yes, he told the
Kathleen
baby.
Sabo,"
Yep.
I'd have been done. I'd have packed my shit
and left to my
sat
little kids.
at the police station. I'm not
And he
moving.
just started torturing her.
I'm not moving.
And then she disappeared to this day. They don't know where she
They
at.
cannot find her. Talking about she done went to Mexico with
Yeah,
a
with
man
her new boyfriend.
and left her kids.
And left her kid. Ain't nobody leave their kids.
And
They
her
look good.
sister, she's like, nah.
See what I'm saying? They do the just. Is that Rio?
Oh, this is real.
Get that baby Rio. Oh
Don't
my
you-
God. Look at that face. You look like Tay Tay. It's 8 o'clock, huh?
It's 8 o'clock.
What the world?
Oh, that quick.
Shelly, I just love you, girl.
You guys are hilarious. I love it.
No, you are
That's
hilarious.
you.
Hilarious, girl. We got to come back. We got to come back and talk about murder. We got to talk about
Yeah, we have a murder show. I
We
love
got
you,
to have a
Rashid.
murder show because I got lots of murder.
Girl.
Got lots.
We got a lot to talk about. We'll be back. I can't wait. We're going to talk about that
Lori,
other case
Lori
with
be
that
clutching
lady.
her pearls, girl. We watch murder.
That Bill. We're going to talk about
Lori
the
be like,
Bill. What's his name? We're going to talk about Bill Hall when we come back.
All right.
Okay.
Hall.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Rashid.
night.
All right,
Good night.
good night.